Okay, let's continue with the calls, with the review.
Please leave your message for
Yes, good afternoon. This message from Ms. Tyresha Hubbard. Ms. Hubbard, my name is Tony with Family Insurance. General, your insurance company for your vehicle. Just want to thank you for having posted your payment on the 11th of June. So thank you so very much for that. Also, want to let you know that I'm seeing here on your coverages that for property damage, you're at 5,000, which seems to be a little low for the state of California. I can go ahead and get you a quote if you want to come into the office. I can get you a quote. And property damage would probably run you about $2 or $3 more to get the added coverage that you will need, so that you're never out of any pocket expenses. So please feel free to give me a call at 213-519-6302. Again, that number is 213-519-6302. And remember, with family insurance, you're never alone.
Okay, quick review. So the 10,000, what's it called? Definitely just educate them a little bit that is not enough, not based on California, based on the insurance companies and based on situations, okay, based on the cost to repair damages. So what I would do is I would emphasize a little bit more on that. I would emphasize on the fact that you have 5,000, which is technically what the law requires as the minimum coverage that the state of California requires, but based on notifications that we've obtained from insurance companies and the DMV, 5,000 as of today is no longer enough in case you're involved in an accident. Just to share with you, Tarisha, as of now, especially because the economy is not exactly in a good shape, okay, the cost to repair damages are extremely high because body shops are also taking advantage of accidents. So whatever it would cost to repair damage in the past now is double. So in case you're involved in an accident, 5,000, which is enough for California, may not be enough to cover an accident. So just to share with you, if you're involved in an accident and you hit someone and you're the one responsible, the company's only going to pay 5,000, but the average for today to repair the damages on a vehicle are higher than 5,000. So you would be responsible for the rest. So what family insurance is doing is actually educating our clients. We're confirming the coverages and we're making sure that everyone has enough coverages to protect you from having to pay anything out of pocket. So what we're doing, we're actually recommending to increase the limits of 5,000 to 10,000, which in case of an accident, it makes a big difference. But based on the difference on the monthly payment, it's only $2 to $3 of a difference. So please call me back for more information. So that would be the approach that I would take when introducing the 10,000. So just educate them a little bit more. Give them real life examples. Don't just go based on the actual limits and the coverages. Okay, let's move on to the next one.
¿Aló?
Sí, muy buenas tardes. ¿Se encuentra a José Rafael Nieto, por favor?
Sí, soy yo, dígame.
Nieto, mi nombre es Tony con Family Insurance. ¿Cómo estamos el día de hoy?
Bien, bien.
Qué bueno, me alegro. Mira, el motivo por mi llamada es porque estoy viendo aquí, estamos revisando aquí su póliza.
Ajá.
Estamos viendo que el último pago se realizó el 27, entonces ahorita su póliza está en riesgo de ser cancelada.
No, no hay problema de eso. Yo ya platiqué con el señor Eduardo que mañana yo voy a hacer ese pago.
Ok, no, sí, aquí yo soy el gerente de Eduardo. Bueno, entonces va a venir mañana a realizar su pago.
No, lo voy a hacer por tarjeta. ¿Cuánto
¿En
es?
línea o con nosotros? Su pago es de 408.8 centavos.
Ok. Es el del mes, ¿verdad?
Correcto.
Ok, está bien, yo mañana lo hago.
Ok, ¿lo vas a hacer en línea o quiere que le marque yo?
Pues me
¿O
marca,
quiere venir a la oficina?
no, lo voy a hacer en línea, o lo voy a hacer con tarjeta en línea. Voy a hablarle.
Ok, perfecto. Y nomás le quiero avisar también bien rápido que su cobertura puede ser que esté un poco bajo porque lo tiene daños de propiedad solamente en $5,000. Mínimo se requiere unos 10,000 para no tener costos de su
Pero
parte.
¿por qué me está dando esa promociones hoy si desde que yo agarré mi aseguranza yo ya quedé en eso y así está bien?
Bueno, si así lo quiere está bien, no hay problema, nomás le aviso.
Sí, claro.
También le quería decir también, por cada persona que lo refiera, señor C, usted se le va a dar $50 por cada persona que usted refiere que haga una póliza con nosotros y esos 50 se le da en efectivo, ¿de acuerdo?
Disculpe, ¿cómo es su nombre? Disculpe.
Mi nombre es Tony Rodríguez, a la orden.
Ok, está bien, yo les hablo mañana en la tarde. ¿A qué hora cierran?
Perfecto, cerramos a las 8 de la tarde.
Oh, ok, gracias. Mañana es sábado, a las 8 cierran.
Los sábados cerramos a las 5.
Ok, perdón. Por eso le pregunto, ok.
Sí, tiene razón.
Sí. Gracias, está bien, mañana yo hablo.
A usted, caballero, que tenga muy buen día. Gracias por estar con Family General Insurance.
Okay, Tony, let's review this. I noticed that you're using family general insurance. Okay, it's family insurance. Okay, I'm not sure if you're getting convinced with national general, but it's family insurance, not national. That's one small observation. I think you mentioned that on 2 to 3 calls. All right, so this is a good example, by the way. And once again, I'm gonna be working individually with you, okay, and then we'll be working with the rest of the staff. So I'm gonna help you develop to be better than me. That is my ultimate goal. Okay, so we are going to go through a lot of calls actually, and that's one of the things I'm getting excited of making calls. Okay, I want you to continue to make calls, and this next week that is going to be made probably one of our priorities, by the way, because if I could get you to be able to deliver the same message that I deliver, then at that point we could grow this department and flourish in a lot of different areas. Okay. So one of the things that I want you to at least have a better perspective is that everything that I've been reviewing on the previous calls, from all the calls, if you remember the previous recording that I made, okay, I'm talking about educating the client. Okay, so this is a perfect example because on the previous ones it was just messages. Now you actually had a chance to speak with a client. Okay, so before I go into details of the call, let me just share the overall call. Okay, the customer was not too happy with the information that was given to him. I don't know if you noticed that. Okay, I noticed that from the beginning. Okay, he started giving you a little bit of resistance. Okay, he started giving you a little bit of resistance to the point where, based on my evaluation, he actually got bothered. He got upset. Okay, because he even gave you a comment where, he told you, well, why are you sharing that with me? Why are you telling me that? Okay, I already purchased my policy. Okay, and and I decided to whatever I have is what I'm paying for. Okay, and not only that, but actually you ignored it. Okay, you ignored his comment. Okay, so you just kind of brushed it off, and you technically, in my perspective, you didn't use the right approach. You just told him, well, if you want to keep it like that, then that's fine. Let's keep it like that. So either way, no big deal because you're just barely started working on calls yourself. Okay, we've been working on the rest of the team, so I'll be working with you. But definitely, those are big observations. Okay, now never ignore what they say. Okay, because remember, our whole goal is for everyone to be happy. I think we've been discussing that, and that's one of the things that I want to focus in the future. If a customer leaves upset based on your call, okay, then chances are he may just make a decision to go somewhere else. One of the topics that I was reviewing with my other telemarketing department was the fact that everyone is so sensitive. Okay, there's so much sensitivity going across, humanity. Okay, so when we talk about customers are sensitive to everything. So if you use the wrong word, okay, if you use the wrong phrase, if you give them wrong information, they may get sensitive and they may go somewhere else. You have no idea. Okay, it's one of the biggest issues in general that customers get very sensitive on something that may not even be major, right? But we cannot ignore it. So in that case, okay, what I would have done, okay, is educate them, okay, let them know why you're offering more coverages, okay. So now, so that's just a quick observation, okay, based on, you know, customer, to me, he wasn't too happy with the call, he wasn't too happy with the information that was given to him, and also, as you could see, he actually asked you for the name, so he wanted to know who he was speaking with. Now, that could be for two purposes. One, because, you know, he wasn't happy with the information you gave him, or two, because he wants to keep record of who he's speaking with, right? So that's a quick observation, okay? Quick observation on customer satisfaction. So we'll work on a couple different solutions to make things, what's it called, a lot better. Customer satisfaction, okay? So now let's review the rest of the call. So one of the things, and this is a perfect example, and hopefully you'll have a better perspective after, because this is a good demonstration of the previous information, okay? When we use risk of cancellation, okay, customers may take that in a negative way. I've been reviewing that in the previous calls. So one of the things that I want you to use moving forward is use the benefit of making the payment on time, right? So when you're calling them, you're telling them, look, José Nieto, mire, le está hablando aquí Rudy de la aseguranza de Family Insurance. Básicamente nada más le quería dar un recordatorio, ya sé que ya habíamos platicado con usted y su pago básicamente está pendiente, y lo que estamos haciendo como compañía, okay, estamos básicamente motivando a nuestros clientes, recordándole, y esa es la razón que le estamos llamando varias veces, porque queremos que haga el pago a tiempo. Ahorita con los cambios del mercado de la aseguranza, okay, los precios de las aseguranzas son exageradamente más caros en 2022. Entonces lo que no queremos es que su póliza se cancele, okay, y por eso es la razón de que nos estamos comunicando con usted y obviamente con todos nuestros clientes, porque lo queremos ayudar, okay. Obviamente nosotros como la agencia queremos proteger a todos nuestros clientes y queremos eliminar que los clientes paguen más. So once again, we're selling, number one, we're selling the purpose, okay, of making their payments, okay, on time, okay, educating, market knowledge, okay, and as you can see, I'm probably using market knowledge on every single call. Educating on market knowledge, okay, educating on market knowledge, okay, that rates, okay, are higher for new business, okay. Technically, new business means new policies, okay. So, new policies. We are motivating, okay, and encouraging clients to keep their policy active. Okay, so we're motivating, encouraging our customers to keep their policy active, and also selling, okay, selling the service of family insurance. Okay, that we are doing something different. Okay, different compared to the rest of the agencies. Okay, so literally these are good information, okay, for customers, okay, to be more positive. Okay, so selling the purpose of multiple calls. Okay, so letting the customer know, you know, we're giving you a call, we're constantly calling you because we want to make sure that your policy never cancels. So we're doing something completely different than the rest of the agencies. We actually care about our clients, and due to all the changes within the insurance market, the rates are extremely higher for new policies. So we want to motivate you to make your policy on time, to keep your policy active, because the policies for the rates for new policies are extremely high. So once again, so when you educate them from the beginning and you use this approach, instead of telling them your policy is in risk of cancellation, or is in the process of cancellation, or your policy is already canceled, the customer is going to have a better perspective, and they're going to be more open to listening to you. Okay, so that's one of the things. The other thing that I want to review is also the 10K let's call it 10K introduction, right? So this is a good example, right? Why we need to educate them, okay? So educate them on the purpose, okay? The purpose of you introducing, okay, more coverages. Now remember, clients don't have an idea what you're talking about. Okay, keep that in mind. Customers have no idea what you mean by, 5,000, 10,000, enough to cover an accident. So you have to educate them. Use real life examples. Okay, I'm summarizing a little bit of the previous calls. So this is a repetitive conversation, but you're gonna notice that it may be the solution to a lot of these calls and messages, not only for your calls, but maybe their actual calls as well, which we'll review their calls on other videos. So real life examples, right? Use market knowledge, or use body shops, okay? Body shops, okay? That they overcharge, okay? Charge to repair damages. Why? Because they like taking, okay, advantage of the insurance companies, okay? And everybody's gonna relate, because we already know that body shops they're a shady industry, okay? They take advantage of clients, or especially companies, right? So introduce the fact that insurance companies, okay, and the DMV are notifying us that the average, okay, cost to repair a car is more than before, right? So and give them an example. If you have an accident, right, and make damages of 8,000, the 5,000 is not enough. So as a company, sell us, the agency, as an agency, or you could use as your agency, okay, as your agency, we want to protect you. So we're calling and giving you a little bit of information, and one of the informations that we're offering, or one of the new procedures that we're taking, we're reviewing all of our clients' coverages, and also, and this is why he got upset, by the way, okay? Because we don't know why, okay? We don't know when they purchase a policy, okay? In the sense that was it within the month? Actually, you do know. You could check the HOXA. So even if it was a customer that we sold, a policy a month ago or 2 months ago, you have to make it realistic so they could understand. So you could tell them, look, before, when you purchase a policy, the coverages that you have, okay, were enough. So what he could have done when he told you, well, why are you offering what's it called, more coverages, right? When he said, why are you offering me more coverages now? So you could have, of course, don't ignore the comment, right? You could have told him, look, José, mire, la razón básicamente que le estamos dando un poco de información, nada más para ayudarlo, ¿ok? Como agencia, nuestro trabajo es ofrecerle un poco de información, y eso es lo único que estoy haciendo con usted, ¿ok? Ofreciéndole un poco de información para ayudarlo a usted o a los clientes. Y mire, tiene razón, estoy revisando su póliza, y cuando usted obtuvo la aseguranza, básicamente lo que nosotros le recomendamos fue los $5,000 de cobertura, porque eso era lo suficiente, ¿ok? Ahorita, basado reportes de las compañías y del DMV, mire lo que nos están notificando, que el costo para reparar accidentes son exageradamente más altos. No sé si usted sabe cómo trabajan los body shops, pero los body shops a veces se aprovechan de la situación. No solamente se aprovechan de los clientes, pero se aprovechan de las aseguranzas. La razón que se aprovechan de las aseguranzas porque tratan ellos de básicamente sacarle lo máximo a todos los accidentes. Entonces, ¿qué pasa? Que básicamente los accidentes que antes costaban $2,000, $3,000, ahorita están saliendo a $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. Entonces, lo que el DMV y las aseguranzas nos notificaron es que el costo para reparar un accidente mediano viene siendo bastante más. Entonces, como agencia, nuestro deber, nuestra responsabilidad es darle la información al cliente para que usted sepa lo que está sucediendo en el mercado de las aseguranzas. Entonces, ahorita lo que nosotros estamos haciendo, recomendándole a todos nuestros clientes, básicamente que obtengan un poco más de cobertura. Básicamente le estamos ofreciendo información para que usted sepa, ¿ok? Ahora, si usted tiene un accidente, un ejemplo, si usted tiene un accidente y le pega un carro y le hace daños de $8,000, los $5,000 no van a ser suficientes. aunque es suficiente para el estado de California, basado en lo que las aseguranzas nos están diciendo, el costo para reparar viene siendo exageradamente más alto. Entonces, lo que nosotros estamos haciendo como agencia, queremos protegerlo, lo queremos ayudar y le estamos ofreciendo un poco de información. Ahora, le estamos ofreciendo un poco de información para que usted tenga la opción para que no esté en esa situación. Ahora, lo bueno de la situación es que incrementando un poco más de cobertura no le hace mucha de diferencia, ¿ok? Tenemos la opción donde le podemos incrementar la cobertura de 5,000 a 10,000, que en el caso, en el ejemplo que le dije, si le hace daños de 8,000, 5,000 no es suficiente, los 10,000 es suficiente y el costo viene siendo unos 2, 3 dólares, 4, 5 dólares nada más, ¿ok? Entonces viene siendo de unos 2 a 5 dólares básicamente la diferencia. Ahora, para que usted tenga en mente, tal vez no se le ofreció esa opción porque antes el costo, ¿ok? Para obtener básicamente los 10,000 venía siendo bastante más, ¿ok? Entonces lo que estamos haciendo, básicamente las aseguranzas también están ayudando a la comunidad, a los clientes y están reduciendo el costo de esas coberturas. Antes la cobertura tal vez costaba de unos 15 a 20 dólares al mes, un ejemplo, a veces más, dependiendo cuántos carros tiene. Entonces ahorita le están ofreciendo esta cobertura por máximo, ¿verdad? Mínimo de unos 2 a 5 dólares. Entonces es nuestro trabajo explicarse. So that's just to give you an example. I'm really elaborating on these training sessions. So these are good training sessions, by the way, that if I was to do a one-on-one with you, okay, it probably wouldn't make sense at the moment because, you know, I'm just going to generalize. So now that we're listening to some of these calls, this one-on-one that I'm having with you through these training videos, to me, this is going to be the best way, the way that I'm actually going to be helping everyone. And I'm also going to have a full evaluation of every single agent moving forward, okay, on a weekly basis. And then, of course, we'll have them listen to their own calls and my feedback, and you'll listen to them as well. And this is how we're going to be able to master, okay, the concept of service, the concept of information. And this is how we are going to be able to improve our department. So once again, educate the client on every single topic before you give them information. I think this is a good example. It was a 2-minute conversation. It should have been maybe a 5-7-minute conversation, but it would have been a very positive conversation, even versus the way my conclusion, the customer was not happy based on the 2-3 points that we discussed. Now, is this a big issue? No, not necessarily, because it wasn't something crucial, but if you get the idea, how to eliminate customers not being happy, easy. Introduce, educate, offer service. Don't use, you know, risk of cancellation. Don't use your policies cancel. Don't introduce coverages unless you educate them so they can have an idea. If they don't have an idea, they don't understand what you're telling them, they're going to get upset, they're going to get bothered because they have no clue why you're giving them more coverages. Okay, the last thing, okay, and once again, I'm just giving you an evaluation as I'm listening to these calls and based on whatever creativity comes up, right? The last thing that I want to share, okay, which I think this is very important, when we're introducing coverages, okay, so let's do the upselling here. The last thing of upselling, okay, we have to introduce the information as service. So let's put introduce information as service benefit to them versus, I'm gonna put versus, okay, selling more coverage, okay, because maybe that's the way he took it, okay. I'm not so sure how he took it, but maybe he got the impression, okay, that you wanted to sell more coverages. And anytime you're selling something, anytime that they feel that you're selling something, they're going to get upset. Now, the last thing, by the way, okay, now that I'm remembering, offering to make the payment, okay, over the phone, okay. We need to sell the benefit, okay. I'm not going to touch too much as far as this, but you know, he did say I'm going to make the payment online. Give me the phone number. You know, once again. So let's don't ask, okay. let's sell the benefit of making the payment. So by the way, the reason why I'm typing all of this because I'm also gonna just kind of put it as written feedback for you as well. So I'm not only doing a verbal one, but I'm also keeping some notes for you and for me, and then I'll do the same thing for the agents. So once again, this call. It was a 2-minute, 3-minute call. That's to me is great. Okay, I got a lot of feedback. Once again, all the feedback is positive. All the feedback is to help you because once again, my goal is for you to master everything. Okay, now that we have everyone a lot better than when we started, now I'm actually going to work with you because I want you to master every single type of call. Okay, I want you to master every single type of call, and then that is going to allow us to really educate everyone and have everyone to a different level because the more you're making calls, the better you're going to become. And then at one point, like you and I discussed, there's going to be 0 reasons why any of the agents are not able to perform at the level that we need them to. Okay, but once again, we'll be working with you to master these procedures.